one of the deepest urges of my life is always for more ministry, for always more opportunities to be able to serve God, to be able to encourage the saints, to be able to encourage the faith of those who are going through doubts, to encourage understanding of the Bible. I love the ministry. I'm always desiring more of it. You know, right now I've got the chance to be a youth pastor. One day I desire to be able to pastor a small church and grow that small church and to be able to lead that small church. Right now is not the time for that for me. I pray that very soon God will make me ready to be able to lead a small church. But I also understand that no matter how many messages I preach, no matter how many soup kitchens I go to, no matter how many opportunities I have to do ministry, I will never be able to get enough. I love the ministry, but it's not that my love is for the ministry. I love the ministry because my love is for God. And because I love God so much, I want to encourage you in your faith. Because I want you to be able to have the same good things in God that I have. I want you to have the same strong understanding of the Christian faith that God has enabled me to have. No, I'm not perfect. Yes, I always need help. Yes, I always need to study. Yes, I always need to grow. I never plan on being perfect in my life. However, for we who choose to be faithful and serve God, for we who choose to be faithful and live our lives for God, that doesn't mean that you have a popular video ministry, a popular video blog. Doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you necessarily go into the professional ministry and be a bivocational pastor like I am. Each of us has our own course in life. And whether we find ourselves at school and are ministering to the other Christians who are at that school and witnessing to our non-believer friends, which is something that we can do at our own age level, wherever we happen to be. Doesn't matter if we're in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth grades. We can be missionaries. We can be ministers. We can be encouraging the faith of others. We can be encouraging others that it's okay, that God will understand, that God will help them, that God, through the power of Jesus Christ, is there. It doesn't matter if we're 9, 10, 11, 12. It doesn't matter if we're 80, 90, 100 years old. We can serve God. It's never too late. It's never too early. It's always just right. Wherever we happen to be, the time for serving God is now. The time is never not yet. The time is never too late. It might be too early. It might be too late to serve professionally. But God is not calling us all necessarily to a profession. God just wants us to do the work. It doesn't matter if we get paid or not for it. It doesn't matter if I get paid or not for it. I'm going to do the ministry. I'm going to serve God. Doesn't matter what people say. Doesn't matter how people react. It doesn't matter whether they compliment me or hate me. It doesn't matter whether they pay me or whether they demand payment from me. I am going to preach, whether I have to pay for the privilege of doing it, or whether people are going to pay me for the privilege of doing it, or if no money is exchanged. Either way, I'm happy. I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it because of the money. I'm in it for God. And if you don't have that attitude, you've got no business being a pastor if you're listening to this. You've got no business being in the professional ministry. If you do not have that same irresistible urge to love God and serve God and do whatever it takes to spread the word of the gospel, which alone is the power of salvation to all who believe, to all who would receive Jesus Christ. At the same time, you don't have to be paid a cent ever to be a witness, to be a missionary, to be a minister to the people who are in need, because they are all around us.